ga sa
ga sa
Hari Om Hari Om Brahma Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam Brahma
Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam
Brahma
Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam
Janamajadu Kavinashkalingam
Karnamami Sada Shivalingam Brahma Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam
Brahma Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam
Brahma Murari Surarchitalingam Nirmala Vanchit Shobhitalingam
Mics. Give them some. We interrupt our chanting of the Lingashtakam for a very special event organized by the students of the Mississauga Ram Mandir Hindu School. Let's give these children a big hand, please.
Namaste everyone. On behalf of CHSC and Canada Hindu Heritage Center, Mississauga Hindu School, we would like to wish him Panditji a happy birthday. So my children will sing a small sloka for him, then we will sing a happy birthday song for now.
Nambu taganari sevitam tapeta jambu faracharu bhakshanam umasutam shoktavinashakarakam namani vigneshwara patapankajam Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwayaram Daganasaresham Megavaranam Shubhagam Lakshmi Kamalanayanam Yogi Vidyanagam Vande Vishnu Bhavaharanam Sarvalokai Kanatam Akandamandalakaram Yatam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Vashikam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
I want everyone to notice, observe something. Did you notice if these children have any pieces of paper in their hands? They chanted all these mantras from memory. And they are, how old are this youngest one? 4 years?
5. 5.
5, 6, and the little one? And that one over there?
2 years.
2 years, from 2 to 5. Give them a big hand, please. Some of us have 40 years and we can't chant this mantra yet. So if you, it doesn't matter how old you are, we'll bring you to the day school and let them sit down and we'll have lunch with them one day and see when they chant the mantras for giving God thanks for their food. Now, please continue.
Okay, now. Okay. Okay. हम भी अगर बच्चे होते नाम हमारा होता डब्लू बबलू खाने को मिलता लड्डू और दुनिया कहती हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. That's an actual song.
Okay, I'll come. Let me come. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. This is so sweet. Oh, geez. What happened to our cameraman today? There we go. Thank you, thank you. Give them a big hand, please. Let me see this happy birthday. White flowers, too. Good. There you go. Look at the camera. Look at the camera there. Hey, look at Mama. Look. Dekho. Have we got this? Everybody smile. Paneer, bolo. Paneer. Give them a big hand. Jai. God bless all of you. Thank you, Srijaji, for this wonderful. And Srijaji is the architect behind all of this. Let's give her a big hand. Now I have to get some place to put this card. It's such a small card. Let me see what it says inside. Oh, what? Decode, huh? This is wonderful work. Give them a big hand, please. These are some of the pictures of me they've drawn. I remember in Varanasi we used to draw pictures like that too. But they used to draw it on the walls of the house. So now we'll continue with our obeisance to the Divine Lord Shiva. We're sorry for that brief interruption. But children, we cannot let them wait too long. They were waiting quite some time.
Sarvasugandhisulepithalingam Udivivardhanakaranalingam Srisurasulavallithalingam Tatpranamami sada Shivalingam Brahmamurari Surajithalingam Niramanamashitashobhitalingam Kanakamahamanibushithalingam Manipativejitashobitalingam Dasasuyadvinashanalingam Tatpranamami sada Shivalingam Brahmamurari Surajithalingam Niramanamashitashobhitalingam
Kumkumachandanalepithalingam
Pankajamanitushobhitalingam Tanchitapapamvinashanalingam Tatpranamami
गोविन्दलिङ्गम् उमापति महादेव की जय. We envision the divine Lord Krishna in our minds as we contemplate and pay obeisance. Today we are very privileged once again to have in our midst my dear Mother Pandit Dhanraj, who hails from Guyana. And I'm sure this morning he has a few words of wisdom that he can share with us. So I beg you to give him your attention for a few minutes. Let's pick up the whole stand and give it him.
Join with me in a small prayer. Gajananam Padmakaram Gajananam Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktaram Ekadantam Upasnari Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Savaprabha Nirvignam Guru Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvakarishu He Braja Chandra Mukunda Krishna Nanda Nanda Ghanasham Sharana Sharana Mohirakiye Kripa Sindhu Bhagavan Hari Om Shanti शांति शांति हरि ओम। बोलिए श्री गोविंद भगवान की जय। Respectful Pandit Sharma, all our Mandali here this morning, to you wonderful devotees, once again I am very privileged to be in this temple and have this opportunity to say a few words. Today is a special day because only yesterday I know that today is Panditji's birthday. And on behalf of myself and my family, Panditji, I want to wish you a very happy Janmday. So I know that on a day like today, there will be many speakers and many words of praise and thanks, so I don't want to take much time. I like to go to Pandit's birthday because for 364 days of the year, Pandits receive Dakshina. But on their Janmday, I like to go to that day we are supposed to share Dakshina. So that's not the purpose here today though, but once again, Panditji, I want to say how very pleased I am to know you and to come into contact with you. There is a very beautiful chaupai from Ramcharitmanas, where Bhagavan Sri Ram, Parhit bas jinaki manamahi, tinaka jagad durlabh kachunahi. He says that he was talking to Jatayu, says, people like you who give so much selfless service. Jatayu was a bird who sacrificed his life to save Mata Sita. And Bhagavan Sri Ram was telling him, he says, oh Jatayu, I am forever indebted to those types of people who give their life for the upholdment of truth, for the protection of this dharma, and to share. And I'm sure that Chaupai will refer to Panditji this morning. Let us give him a big round of applause. In a couple of days is Bhagavan Krishna's Janamdin, so I guess Panditji and Bhagavan Krishna will share the same planet. And I'm sure that he has now developed some of the qualities of Bhagavan Krishna. The word Krish means difficulties, obstacles, pain, suffering. But Na means to stop. Krishna, the one who puts a stop to. So Panditji, this morning, I know that since you have established this temple, you have brought so much of peace and happiness to so many thousands of devotees who have come into contact with you. I have also felt the same way. I want to sing one line of a song for you on your Janamday. I would like you to sing with me also. जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को, 700 बार तूने जन्म लिया। जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को, 700 बार मैंने जन्म लिया। प्यार अमर है दुनिया में, प्यार कभी नहीं मरता है। मौत जिसको आती है, रोक के जलवा रहता है। जन्म जन्म का साथ निभाने को, 700 बार तूने जन्म लिया। जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को, 700 बार तूने जन्म लिया। 700 बार तूने जन्म लिए। सौ बार तूने जन्म लिए। Bhagavan Krishna, he stayed for 100 years on this earth. I wish Panaji will stay for 120 in great health and strength. And once again, I'm very privileged to be at your Janamdin today. Panaji, all the best and great health and strength to you. Boliye Shri Govinda Bhagwan ki jai.
Thank you very much, Panditji, for those wonderful words. Today we are celebrating many birthdays, actually, some that passed a few days ago. The Yajman who's sponsoring today, he's celebrating his birthday, but his birthday was last week. But because of sponsorship conflict, someone else sponsored Bhojan last week, so he's as a sponsor this week. So he's celebrating his birthday. Ramdin, please give him a big hand, please. He and his wonderful wife, they're a young couple over there. They're devotees of the Mandir, and they made it a point to say, Panditji, today they are coming for their puja, and I was requested to be here with them early, so I had the opportunity to be here earlier this morning to be with them to do puja. So thank them very much. Give them a big hand, please. Last week, my dear sister Sue Prasad celebrated her I don't know how if it turned out reverse, it doesn't add anyway. She celebrated a very special date in her life, birthday. Let's give her a big hand, please, also. And who else is celebrating birthday? Anybody else? No? And then Krishi will be celebrating his birthday in a few days. Next Saturday, let's give him a big hand too. And then, of course, Bhagavan Krishna Janamdin will be celebrated on the 27th. So today, our katha will be a continuation of where we left off last week, where we were reading from chapter 16 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where we talked about what are the traits, or the traits of the divine individual, what they call the divine traits. Please join me as we offer brief obeisance to the Divine Lord. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Murina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim
Ashtadashaധ്യായിനിം അമൃതത്വമനുസന്ധധാമി ഭഗവദ്ഗീതേ ഭവദ്വേഷയം
Namastute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarvindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Puranam Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namah Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Tejah Chamadriti Saucham Droho Nati Manita Bhavante Sampadam Devim Dhijatasya Bharata Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namah Bolo Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Govindaya Namo Namah.
The qualities of the devotee or the one with the divine traits. Teja. Teja, translated, means vigor, energized. That they are energized always in their objectives, for all objectives are in the name of God. As such, they are energized at all times in their activities towards God. They are in their minds consider that nothing they can do can be achieved with success if it's not done in the name of God or for God or behalf of God. As such, they are convinced that the vigor, the energy that they feel and possess is through the grace of God. Chama, they nurture the quality of forgiveness. And they nurture this quality of forgiveness under all circumstances. It's not that they will forgive their children only, or they'll forget their parents only, or they'll forgive a good friend or a boss. They'll forgive the greatest of enemies for whatever injuries might have been done to them, whatever pain they may feel. Samma dukkha sukha chami. It doesn't matter what pain they feel, they will respond with only in forgiveness. In the Ramcharitmanas, Sant Goswami Tulsidas tells us that this सबके प्रिय सबके हितकारी श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम
सबके प्रिय सबके हितकारी
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
सबके प्रिय सबके हितकारी
श्री राम जय जय राम
सुख सुख सरस प्रसन्नताकारी
श्री राम जय जय राम
सबके प्रिय सबके हितकारी दुख sukh saras prasan sagari. He says, those people who have the quality of chama, who is forgiving in nature, he says, they are a reliever of the pain of others. They bring comfort to others. Dukh sukh saras prasan sagari, regardless of the pain or state that they are existing in, they are always prasan, man prasan hai. They're always of a content state of mind, because when you can forgive those who trespass against you, then there's no animosity in the mind. If there's no animosity, it will not develop to hatred. If there's no hatred, there's no anxiety, no stress, and no distress. As such, there is peace and tranquility. For from that act of not being able to forgive, we create layers and layers upon pain in our lives. But once we forgive, we've eradicated the pains that we have in our chest, in our hearts, in our minds. Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Namah. He goes on to say that Dhriti, fortitude. Now when we use the word, I believe last week we mentioned this and asked the question that fortitude, it is an attitude of the mind which serves both as a tonic and an antidote, meaning it can nurture and it can destroy. It can nurture and destroy. What can nurture? It will nurture good activity and will destroy sluggishness or sedentary activity. Basically, it's the cure for laziness. Now, Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that his devotee will never ever be given the title of being lazy. But today we can translate that to in boredom. They will never suffer from boredom. We have today in a society where the statement of I am bored comes regularly from a certain age group of people. I'm not going to mention that today, what age group I'm talking about. Oh, I'm bored. I'm so bored. And you ask them what they mean, they don't know, but I'm bored. That means they're not able to play the television game or sit on the internet, or, if the internet was dung, you know how bored some people will be? Life will become so boring instantly. I have nothing to do. And around them they have 100 books. Nothing to do. They have games to challenge their minds, nothing to do, but they're bored. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna that my devotees never suffer from boredom. Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Nama. Saucham. Translated here means purity. But this saucham is purity both within and without. We all have good hygiene standards. We take a shower ever so often, twice a day, sometimes once a day, 3 times a day. But in taking the shower, we are maintaining our exterior hygiene. But he says it's important that we also take the shower of the mind, to purify the mind. For when the mind is pure, just like when there is lack of forgiveness, when there is purity, there are also some offshoots. From purity of mind, speech becomes very, very genuine. Action becomes natural and wholesome. Mansa, karma, vacha. When the mind is clean, the words are good, the action is good, and everything is leading to goodness. Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Nama. Adroha, absence of hatred. Another way of saying ahimsa. Adroha, absence of hatred, having no animosity towards any being, even in our minds. Ati ma nita. Ati ma nita, too much pride. Note he didn't say no pride, he says too much pride. We all have to have a little bit of pride. I'm proud to be a Hindu. But I don't think I'm the best person in the world. If I'm proud to be a Hindu, then I said I'm the best person in the world. That's too much pride. Bhagavan is saying, let that pride not be the dominating factor in our lives. These 4 adjectives describing qualities that you and I will possess or should possess, if we were to sit down and analyze them every day of our lives, to have the vigor and the energy to be energized to do that which is good, to be forgiving in nature, to be pure of thought and body, and to have an absence of hatred. If any human being can inculcate these values, the chances are they will have no stress in their life. The chances are they will have no enemies. The chances are they will be, like Sant Goswami Tulsidas says, that Sabake Priya, Sabake Hitakari. They will be loving to all and they will become a reliever to the pains and distress of others. But we can't buy this quality off the shelf. It cannot be given to us by someone. Our guru cannot put it in our lives. We have to accept it, live it, walk it, and talk it. It is one thing to have knowledge of these qualities. It is one thing to appreciate them, but the real challenge comes into living these qualities. So our message today is very simple. Don't say, I know. Live what I know. And if I know what I think is good, then live it. In every aspect of our lives, we must live it. Sri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Govindaya Namo Nama. Since we are celebrating birthdays and we're talking, I have a special message for all those people who are celebrating birthdays, including mine, especially those of us who are over that, that hill 50, and we are past the first milestone of beyond 50, we are at 60. We are somewhere over there, which I am at right now. And I know my dear sister Sue is there, but she looks much younger than I do. And I think there's a lot of care at home. Harry, where are you? Oh, yeah, you're good, okay. So, in thinking about this, that as we progress in age, what should we look forward to? As we become older, and I'm not talking to those people who are 15 and 20 and 21 and 30, they know what they're looking forward to. They've got it all planned out. Right? But those of us who are over 60, what should we look forward to? Job-wise, we have very little challenges to achieve. positions and status in jobs, we would have accomplished that by then. Hopefully, we have pretty well structured ourselves financially. Hopefully, our children are all grown up and moving on into to being responsible. Hopefully, we have settled ourselves within society, that we have created such an environment that we can mix and mingle comfortably without any hesitation. Now we've got all that going for us. Now we should go on a cruise, right? Because that's what most people do. Well, okay, I can go on a cruise now. But you see, there is a cruise that we go on to go to, but it's not the Bahamas I'm talking about, or that boat cruise. It is a cruise within the self. It is diving into the ocean within the self to seek and to understand deeper who we are. And someone will say, Panditji, why did they have to wait until they're 60? That's when they really have the time to do it. Because before that, they were busy paying bills, building fortunes, building homes, building careers, being healthy, being strong, being impressive, being powerful, being dominating, and all of the other things. Now, all that is over. And that's why this word came, retirement. To retire is not to be retarded, by the way. Some of us believe retirement is retardation. No, you don't go into vegetation when you retire. That's when you start to develop the inner self. And that inner self that was always there. And what I talked about this morning when we were doing the Lingam Puja, and I said that God is always within us. Please be conscious of this. We are never without God. So when we are saying, God, come into my life, hey, He's saying, hey, I'm there. You just haven't noticed me yet. He said, but you know, we notice God only when things are happening for us the way we want it to be. When it's not, you say, God, where are you? But He said, I'm still here. But I don't agree with you. Because I don't agree with you, you ignore me. You ever notice that? When you don't agree with someone, they ignore you totally. If you agree with them, well, you're all right. Some people will walk right by you and see you, but they will ignore you because they don't agree with you. But if they agree, oh yes, as such, we tend to ignore God intentionally, or I'd say unintentionally, or because we are swayed away by all the other things. And the Lingam, or Bhagavan Shiva, is that aspect of God that is intended to bring us to Baba Man ke aakhe khol. Oh God, open up the eye of my mind. Before there I will see you. Because you know why, Bhagavan? You are there, but I have this first covering, I put one chadar over you. And the first chadar is my ego. And then I embellish that chadar with another chadar, my desires. Then on top of that chadar, my hatred. On top of that chadar, my anxieties. On top of that chadar, oh God, I keep more and more. And what's happening? Everything, Bhagavan is still there. And he's praying, oh, when are they going to remove one sheet? Do, teen, char, panch. And when they remove all of them, he's been there suffocating to some degree. But who's suffocating God within us? We are. So when we pray to Bhagavan Shiva and we chant that mantra, Om Karacharan Kritam Va Kayajam Karma Janva Sravananayanam Janva Manasam Va Paradam Vitam Vitam Sarvame Taksham Swa Jai 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 Karunadev Sri Mahadeva Shambhu. With whatever aspect of our being, mentally, physically or otherwise, I have done something, Lord, to distance myself from you. Please remove them, that I will come closer to you. And coming closer to you, that I will discover you within. And as we progress in life, life is all about the self-discovery. If we study modern day sociology and psychology, in sociology in particular, there is a person by the name of Abraham Maslow, who is very renowned, and he projected the concept of the hierarchy of needs. And he says that the human needs are like a pyramid. It starts off with what is called the basic needs, the physiological needs. If you don't give a human being water and food, we are all animals. We'll eat each other. We'll become cannibals overnight. And then when we have water and food, then we seek shelter and clothing for our body. These are the physiological needs. And then when those needs are satisfied, we have a psychological needs. We want to be loved, we want to belong, we want to be able to contribute, and we want to influence the lives, our lives and others' lives. So we have the physiological and the psychological, and then Maslow says, we self-actualize. Bhagavad Gita and Vedanta says, we self-realize. And it is at this stage in the cycle of life in Hinduism, we start off with brahmachari or brahmacharini, male and female, whereby we are learning about who we should be. Then we go into the grihastha ashram for about 25 years, and then when we move over that 50 and 55, we are going into this vanpras. This stage of self-discovery and renunciation. Discoveries will not come until we detach ourselves from the attachments of the world. You know, you do not know how light it feels unless you've taken the burden off your shoulder. If you have a big bag on your shoulder, you're carrying it, oh God, when you put it off, wow, now you feel relieved. When we are over that age, that's when we feel, wow. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of your children. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of your spouse. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of your community and you have to go into isolation. It means you have to unburden yourself of what is in your mind. Because there lies the greatest burden, what we have in our mind. You know, my father used to tell a little story, and I will conclude with this. He says once there was a young man by the name of Abraham. And Abraham's mother was the baker for the village. And every Sunday morning she'll be baking bread. And you know when bread has been baked in the home, how it smells? Oh, you want to eat bread. And Abraham was late to go to church that day. And his mother said, Abraham, hurry up, you're going to be late. And you're not going to have any bread before you go this morning. So Abraham went by the kitchen and he said, I can't go without bread. He just grabbed a piece of hot bread and he stuck it in his stomach. And he says, when I go to the temple and when the father says, drop on your knees and make the sign of the cross, I can take a bite. Nobody will know, right? So Abraham goes to the church and he goes and Father, everybody drops to the knees and he took a bite. And then the priest decides to do the ceremony. And he says, Abraham, Abraham, pluck out what thou hast in your bosom. And he said, Father, you see this bread all the way here? Let me repeat that. The priest says, Abraham, Abraham, pluck out what thou hast in thy bosom. He was reading the scriptures. Abraham knew what he had in his bosom. And he says, you saw this bread all the way here, Father? I do not know what you have in your bosom. Only you know. Whether you stole bread this morning before you came here or not, I don't know. But you know, I know. And it's that we need to unburden ourselves of. And such, it will become, not only will it become lighter, but the state of enlightenment dawns and life unfolds a new realm. A new realm of reality, of living in spirituality. A new realm of reality, living in spirituality. Prem Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here today. Kaun pehle baar aaye hai? Who's here for the first time in our Mandir? Put your hands up. Any newcomers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give them all a wonderful round of applause, please. We welcome you to Sri Ram Mandir today and invite you. I know we have some visitors visiting from Trinidad, some Rampasads also. They're newcomers. We thank you for being here, and any others visiting from other parts of the world. We welcome you. This Mandir is open 7 days a week, 15 hours a day, and you're welcome to come at any time. Let me remind you that announcements time? Yes, I do. What are they? No. Our announcement today is that our young couple who are seated very nicely over there, my sister in blue and her husband, give them a wonderful round of applause, please. They have sponsored Preeti Bhojan today, and they made a special request of the kind of cook they wanted and the kind of flavor of the food. So please, your palates are in for a treat today. And they have gone out of their way to make sure that that is done. And also, we want to remind you that next Tuesday, or Tuesday coming, very special day in the Hindu calendar is Krishna Janamashmi. Janamashmi is usually celebrated at 12 in the night. But Rampata ji, we have found bachcho hai? We are looking for a baby, boy, between the age of 0 to 6 months, to be Krishna for that day. If you know anyone, we would like to borrow the parents and the baby for a few hours. So to be Krishna, and usually we have someone come on the day of Krishna Janmashtami, but we would like to arrange this. So puja will start here. Normally on Tuesday there is Ganesh Puja, then there is Hanuman Puja. This will also be done. And then of course we'll continue onwards with program for Krishna Janmashtami, and we invite every one of you to come, and if you can stay with us until 12, it will be wonderful to sit and to contemplate the Divine Lord and to understand why is it Bhagwan Krishna came and what is the significance of his coming to our lives in the day-to-day world that we live in. Prem Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Those of you who brought prasad, please come forward, we shall offer bhog.